too much. And Lish knows this is funny about me. I am actually an introvert, and I am. It's a shocking thing. My friends call me a social loner, in that I am my most comfortable, like anybody, when you feel safe. And I feel safe here. When I walk out on the stage of our show, I feel safe. And I don't mean in the sense of, everything is easy breezy, but it's important, as I said, with this book, you know your people, you know who you're supposed to be around. And so when I came in, I felt this energy of just like, it's like, when you feel like you could be anywhere in the world, but God put you where you're supposed to be that day. I knew I was supposed to be here this day. We were supposed to be here this day when we walked in. And so this cookbook is not just about the recipes. It's about a part of my life and a part of the journey. And in it, at the end of each recipe, this is the realest part of it. I made the recipes after she sent, and then I would send the notes to her. And I'd say, well, if I don't have pink peppercorn, what do I do? And she would say,
don't make that recipe.
Don't make that recipe. I was like,
no, so that was actually what I learned from Tamron throughout the whole process too, is that she would say, can I sub this, right? Can I put in black peppercorns instead of pink peppercorns? I said, yes, you can. It will be a completely different recipe, but it will still be tasty. Black peppercorns taste very different than pink peppercorns, but it's still going to be delicious. Yeah. So it was helpful for me to have somebody ask those questions, so I think outside the box as well, and also include everybody's questions in them. That
we
you're
have
Tamron,
I told her, I said, I've done recipes. I come home, I go get all the ingredients because I half looked at the recipe, and then you go in and it says marinate overnight. I'm like, what? What do you mean marinate overnight? I've been at this grocery store all day, this marinate. So I said, we have to have a warning at the top of anything that requires you. Thank you. Thank you.
We mark the recipe.
We say, warning, this is overnight. This is America. Because I was so peed off a couple of times the recipe.
That's also how we came up with the no time to waste chicken.
No time to waste chicken. Because she said to me, I have a spatchcock chicken recipe. And I said, what is a spatchcock?
You guys know what spatchcocking is? Yes.
No. So the majority of you with me.
Very controversial.
I was offended because I said, what you call me? Spatchcock. And so she said, no, it's a way of cutting the chicken so it cooks faster.
So you remove the backbone, you take out the breastbone, and you flatten it so that it cooks evenly. And the majority of the skin is all exposed to the heat.
So that you end up crispy all along.
A lot of crispy
you got to get through the spatchcocking. So she said, you can do it, T. You can do it.
Until I got the FaceTime.
I FaceTimed her. I was like, and the look I gave her on FaceTime, I was like, I'm not emailing, I'm not texting. I'm FaceTiming you right now. There was the chicken. There was me. I'm on the ground. The scissors are on this way. I was like, this chicken defeated me. So I said, Lish, we cannot put this in the book. She said, okay, let me do two other, no time to waste oven roasted chicken, which I probably make again. I make that chicken once a week. We put it with different sides. It really is a no time to waste. What I like about it is I walk in the door, I prepare it, I put it in the oven, I walk away, and I get a chance to do whatever I need to do. But the spatchcock chicken. So I'm a true fighter. I don't give up on anything. So I'm looking at this chicken. I buy another one because the other one was just messed up. So I was like, okay.
She's a spatchcocker.
I said, chicken is me and you. I told everybody to leave the house. I told my husband to take Moses. We have a bird. I was like, let the bird fly because we're about to go at it. I had to talk with the chicken. And I was like, if you want to make this cookbook, I'm going to have to be able to do this. I call her. I was like, Big Frida dancing. That chicken didn't stand a chance. I spatchcocked it. I put it in the oven. It was crispy all over. I was so proud. I didn't want anybody to eat it. I was like, let's go. We had a whole chicken photo shoot. It was like Essence Magazine. The chicken was like, what?
Ankles crossed.
It was like, girl, you did me. And I loved every minute of it.
And now she can spatchcock it under a minute.
I called her the other day. Remember I called you the other day? I was like, girl, it was like 2 minutes.
There was no prouder moment for me than when she calls with these successes. It's like, yes, go
That's
team.
what we said. And this is joyous, no pressure. Because even though, I get sentimental about my story because whenever we talk about our childhoods, it's a sentimental thing, especially we all know where we've come from. And that's why in my show, we have the biggest celebrities in the world that come on, but I often decline to have on guests who just want to plug something, because I think, especially for younger people, if you don't tell them the pages of your journey, how do they become encouraged? If I walk out here in these fake lashes, pretending they mine and they not, if I act like Johnny and Roll didn't work on me for 2 hours to get me like this, because last night I was pretty good, I'm forget. Like, he's flawless. So I was like, I didn't know tequila was so good, Lynn. I was like, and so I think if I come out here as a phony, I'm doing a disservice. And the best of what I've been able to create on this journey is because of people like Lish, because of you. And so when people come on our show and they say, oh, they just want to talk about their book or their movie, I'm like, there are other great TV shows for them to go on, but that's not for my audience. And we see it when I have people on that I go, okay, let me just let them come on. I'll look at the ratings next day. I'm like, God dang it, I knew it. Because our audience, we have the longest watch by minutes. We have the most diverse and highest income earning demographic. So that means we have aspirational viewers. And one of the reasons I was so proud of that is not because of income, but when I was selling this show, and thankfully Disney believed in me, I would sit in the meetings with people and they would say, daytime, they just want dumbed down shows. People are not going to stay and watch for an hour. You wouldn't believe some of the things that people actually said out of the mouths to my face about what they thought the people who would watch my show were and are. And now those same people, when we walk in the room, scared to give me eye contact because I am so petty about certain things. I am Petty Franklin. Aretha Franklin and I got to know each other, so I know the Aretha look. Beautiful gal. Beautiful gal. And I don't let it, my team will tell you, I don't let anybody forget what they said we couldn't do. And that is because it's an authentic journey. This book is authentic to who we are. It is the only cookbook with a Black woman and a white woman on the cover. Tell me another one and tag me. Right? And that is because I believe in DEI hiring.
We just met like a year ago. No, I'm kidding.
I bring them along for the diversity.
You went to your team and said, you know what I need? I need a white gay woman. That'd be great.
A white gay woman. Because I'm paid. No. But truly, our friendship started authentically, but I wanted people to see, if you are curious about someone, if you are open about things, we learn the most that we can when we let other people in. And yes, it is the only cookbook with a gay woman and an ally on the cover of that book. And I'm very, very proud of that. And Lish is just, I can't tell you enough about her expertise, her vision for this book. I can tell you these recipes have been tested. This is not a celebrity money grab. I do need the money, but I can go to OnlyFans. No, I only learned that joke yesterday. But no, truly, I love sharing. That's why the next book is a book that Moses and I did together. And then finally, I'm working on a mini memoir that really talks about from the moment I left my prior job to now. They asked me to write my actual memoir. And because I have such a challenging relationship with my biological father, and I'm trying to figure that out, I'm not ready for that part, but I'm ready for everything else. And I lead with authenticity. I lead with, I hope, love. But most of all, I love this friend because she leads with gratitude. And she was so nervous to be in this New Orleans audience because y'all can cook.
I know. It's like the pressure's off.
She was like, the pressure, because when we got the invitation, Lish was like, do we want to go to New Orleans? You know,
actually,
like,
I have never been to New Orleans.
She never been.
I was like, I want to go to New Orleans.
She never been. So she was like, thinking, and I said, Lish, you got a James Bennett Award. So we started listening to our music, our playlist at the end of each of the cookbook. We each put a playlist together, our hype music. And I'll tell you before I wrap up, the only thing that we did not do in this book, there was only one thing together